Friday Night Football has a very familiar sound. But imagine if your Friday night sounded like this.
A lot of people hear the word deaf and they think they hear absolutely nothing all the time. But there's a spectrum of deafness and hearing loss from mild to profound, and deaf people can be anywhere on that spectrum. Profoundly deaf, it's the most serious form of deafness.
Football, Steve Sable once wrote, is a game for the ears and the eyes. Despite not being able to hear, Kyle Lasher decided to tackle America's game.
Even though I couldn't hear, I always thought sports would be the driving force of his life. And even then, you could see it. He was a player.
Growing up playing backyard football and stuff, I could tell you, like, from day one, I mean, he was tough as nails. And he's definitely strong and fast. Any sport he played, he was good at.
Not to discredit how hard it is to play sports, but he just is so natural that I know he may not be able to hear, but I don't think it's held him back really at all.
On the field, Kyle was flourishing. But off it, he was an adolescent boy grappling with his deafness.
Deaf children have to accept their own deafness. Kyle's acceptance really hit later in life. He made it to middle school, and that's where we really saw the bottom come out a little bit. Isolation, loneliness, communication problems, that's really where the rocky road began for Kyle. You always say, well, do you want to go to a deaf school? And he said, I know I'll be happier if I go to a deaf school, but I want to stay here. I want to go to this school. I want to play on that team for those coaches. So he sacrificed a social life where he knew he'd be happier. He stayed here because he wanted to play football.
Kyle vowed to play football at Scranton, Pennsylvania's Dunmore High School, like his brother and father before him. But to make his mark, he needed a helping hand.
I didn't think I would ever be an athletic interpreter because I don't know anything about sports. And then they needed somebody, and I thought, why not give it a try? Go out and have fun, play aggressive, physical, and violent, and get another W tonight. They're on the wrong side of the river.
Before she could become Kyle's interpreter, Nora Foley needed him to interpret for her.
The biggest challenge was learning the game because there's 22 people out there, and I had no idea what any of them were supposed to be doing at any point. I knew there was a quarterback out there, and that's pretty much it.
Same thing, baseball, match one with the second level guy.
Ready, baseball.
42, 32.
Ready.
And then we're doing the heads up, so you're trying to put your chest on the bag, right? Trying to put your chest on the bag. Yes, yes, here we go. Here we go, Cole, you're up first. Jumping around, he's their normal Sam end, like defensive end to the tight end.
It was a unique experience. We realized we were going to have some difficulties at first, you know, through the interpreter, and her knowing the game of football as we went on, it became much more easier for us to adapt.
You might see the shades not be exactly what you would think in a normal Tiger.
Nora did a great job, and in fact has really learned the game of football.
That's where the 5 down.
Nora Foley had become Coach Foley, but she and Kyle still had obstacles to overcome.
I want him to have the same experience as everybody else, and obviously they're not using interpreters. So I don't want to make it like a lot different. I don't want to be asking them a lot of questions and messing up their flow of things.
Okay, so Kyle, where you at? You're on the right side, okay, and so no Z step. You're just coming across and getting counter left, okay?
So that was my biggest challenge. Understanding what's going on, making it a coherent and clear interpretation for Kyle, but there's no signs for most of football.
Lateral step, get inside. You would have had a big play.
So we've just created our own signals.
Now a senior in high school, the hard work has finally paid off for Kyle Lasher. He's sporting a 3.5 GPA and dreams of attending college in the fall. This year, he's rushed for over 1,200 yards and 20 touchdowns, leading Dunmore to an undefeated regular season.
That's three. Z2, I left tight, counter right.
Kyle is proving that once the ball is snapped, he's just number 23 for the Dunmore Bucks.
Lasher gashes the defense.
Being deaf doesn't make him any less capable of doing it than being hearing would make somebody more capable. Sometimes people look at him and think, oh, he's good for a deaf guy, but I think he's good for any guy. I'm proud of him. I'm proud of the work he does.
Full house once more. Darcy under center. He hands it off, and Lasher waltzes in for a touchdown.
One of the most important things to Kyle is he just wants to be known for his talent. We don't put deafness first. That's not the first thing Kyle says about himself.